Alright, welcome back you guys. It is just your girl Ken today, and in today's video I'm going to be giving you my personal list of college dorm essentials. Needless to say, I've spent my fair share of time in a college dorm. I grew up going to lots of camps around the North Carolina area, and then if you've seen some of my other videos, you know I'm an RA at the college I go to in New York. There's so many different kinds of dorms, but I would say in general they all need around the same thing. And whether it's your first, second, third, even fourth time moving into college dorm, you can always improve and be more prepared. So hopefully this video gives you a nice list of things that you can bring, add to your list to bring, or even get if you're currently living in one. You can get by with very little in a dorm, which is kind of the beauty of it. A lot of it is provided for you, but these are things that I either think make living in a dorm easier, more enjoyable, or more comfier, which are honestly pretty important. You're gonna spend a lot of time there. So number one is a mattress topper. I, like a lot of people, really value my sleep, and every dorm comes with a mattress, but it's not the comfiest thing in the world. If you don't have one, it's fine, but getting one of those 1 to 2 inch thick foam toppers really makes the world of difference. It is a game changer. It kind of makes you feel a little bit more at home, and definitely something that you will use all 4 years. So if you're a freshman going, I would definitely suggest investing in a nice one or a larger one because you will not use it. But that's a simple one that I think people often forget. Next is headphones. In college, you kind of need one anyway, but specifically if you're living with a roommate, you need headphones because 9 times out of 10 you're not going to be watching the same show at the same time and both like be at the same viewpoint to look at it. Common courtesy, you could be up later or get up earlier than your roommate, so you'll need to put headphones in. If you're listening to music, listening to a podcast, or watching Netflix, whatever it is, you need headphones. I suggest wireless ones, that way you can walk around your room, get dressed, head out the door, and it doesn't interrupt the flow of the jams or whatever it is you're listening to. Definitely invest in a good pair. You will constantly use them. It saves so many fights from happening with your roommate. Oh, this one's big. I mean, girls I feel like think about this kind of thing more, boys maybe not. You need some sort of air freshener. I personally really love the wallflowers that plug into the wall that Bath & Body Works makes. There's so many different brands. You don't need that brand, but I think they last for probably up to like a month, and you don't have to worry about replacing it all the time, and you don't have to spray and things don't get wet like when you actually spray a bottle for Febreze. But naturally, most dorms don't have great ventilation, so if something does smell, a room beside you or below you smells and has a lot of noise, like it can carry up through the vents and thus making your room smell. Plus, in such a small space, if anything is wet and damp and sits in there, it's naturally going to have an odor, and just these kind of things help hide that. And it's just nice to come home to a nice scent. Like, come on, we all love that. Okay, next, and this is like not a fun one, but cleaning supplies. No one's going to clean your room for you. No one's going to take care of your stuff, and naturally things will get dirty, dusty, and grimy. Like, you need to clean it. Being in such a small space, it tends to happen faster, so I feel like you tend to need to like clean, straighten, organize more, or else it'll just be a nightmare. I would recommend bringing like your Windex, paper towels, Clorox wipes, disinfectant, especially for all that's going on right now, some kind of broom or vacuum depending on what kind of floors you have, and like a duster. I have one of the Swiffer dusters, and it is so helpful just to quickly run across things like mirrors and bookshelves and like little trinkets just to keep things up. I suggest doing it as you go along. Don't let it get too bad. I think that's something that people often overlook when packing, because it's not like a fun thing to pack, and just make a little bucket and keep it with you under your bed or something. All right, now this is something that I don't think everyone does, but something that my parents did for me and my brother when we went to college. They got us multiples of everything. Instead of just sending us with like 1 shampoo, 1 conditioner, we had like 3 or 4 shampoos, 3 or 4 razors, 3 or 4 deodorants, just things lined up, like multiple toothbrushes, multiple toothpaste. That first year, to kind of get in the groove, you don't want to be in like finals or midterms and like running out of all these things and be stressed to getting it. So always having like a backup one, and even if you have a guest or end up going somewhere for the weekend, it's nice to have those multiples. Next is I put mini fridge / microwave plus ice trays. The first dorm I lived in, we did not have a kitchen. We didn't have a kitchen in our room. There wasn't like a communal kitchen, so we only had a mini fridge or a microwave. Luckily it came with the room, so we didn't have to bring it. But look into those things when you're moving. What does it come with? What does it not? I now live in a suite style room where we have a kitchen that is shared among 4 people, and I still wish to this day that I would have brought a mini fridge with me. I'm not gonna lie, it's really convenient to have right there in your room. A microwave is nice if you don't have a kitchen to like reheat leftovers, have like popcorn or a few snacks. And I say ice trays because mini fridge often don't have like ice dispensers. You don't make ice cubes. So if you want to have a cold drink, a cold glass of water, anything like that, you need to have ice cubes made. But kind of going off of that, my next thing, this one is important, whether if you have a kitchen or a mini fridge, whatever, get a Brita filter. In my first dorm that didn't have a kitchen, the only water fountain was in the basement. And you would have to go up, either up and down the elevator or walk down all the stairs to get there. And we would try to fill up our water bottles when we were in campus, like in the university center, but it didn't always work. So having that there, you could put it in the fridge and have a glass of water. That also helped us not go all the way down because it would filter like regular tap water. Next, this one I feel like is underrated, and even at home, I don't know why people don't have it. Get an 8 to 10 foot charging cord. Your room's not going to be bigger than 8 to 10 feet anyway. You need, or at least mine's not. I always put mine by my bed because that's the one I use the most, and I could be anywhere in my bed and use that charger. It doesn't fall off. I can hand it to someone, and I can get ready and hold it and pull it all the way over there. It's just, you need that extra space, or you want that extra space, you know? And no one will ever take it because they know that it's yours. Oh, okay. Again, this is not a need, but it's really convenient. Slippers. I've never been a slipper kind of girl. I never thought they were necessary. I would just slide on flip-flops. And maybe it's because I live up north. I don't have flip-flops. I don't have sandals like that. All my shoes take time and socks to put on. There's going to be times where you want to run downstairs and get a snack, run downstairs and pick up your Postmates order, run downstairs and get water, or do laundry, and you don't want dirty socks, or wear tennis shoes or boots. Get the slippers. You just never know for those comfy nights, like, because you don't want to be walking around those dorm floors in bare feet, because that's gross. Everyone else has done that. So many things have fallen. The things people have dropped or spilled on that floor. You don't want to do it. So I definitely recommend a pair of slippers. They sell them so cheap. I think mine were $6, and they're really cute little fuzzy boots. It's just a vibe. It's just a vibe. And then last thing, I always get compliments on my room. And the main thing that makes my room, in my opinion, feel extra cozy is the fact I have a rug. I have one rug that's 10 feet by 10 feet, and it covers most of the floor, and then I have another one that's 3 by 5 when you first walk in, and it just kind of covers those laminate tile floors that almost feel sterile in a way. It gives it a more comfy, cozy vibe that allows you to feel at home. But with that, I have a vacuum because you need to vacuum your rug. I definitely recommend. I consider it essential. It changes the space. So those are all my essentials. There's not that many, and they might seem basic to you, but they're things that I've learned with my times in dorms that I think just make the experience a whole lot more enjoyable. But on that note, just kind of as an experienced dorm liver and an RA, and all these things, I have a couple things that I'll just say kind of about living in a dorm in general. Less is more. I remember moving and I thought I needed so many things. So I wanted all my clothes options. I wanted this. You're not going to wear most of the things you bring. You'll have your set 10 outfits that you go on rotation. Comfy clothes, casual clothes, and then kind of nicer outfits. And that's it. You don't need that many. Moving is a lot easier when it comes time when you have less things. Books, you're not going to read everything you read. You're not going to play all the games you bring, like whatever it is, like you do not need it. But if there is something you happen to forget that's really important to you, you can't always go get it. I know that first move-in day is very hectic on parents and students, but don't worry, there is nothing that you cannot replace or have shipped to you. There is a CVS, Target, Walmart, Walgreens in every college town. Like, you can replace it. So if you forget something, it's okay. I also recommend communicating with your roommate what they're bringing and what you're bringing and how you're going to share it. Sometimes you show up with doubles and you don't need it, and then it's awkward, but that's also okay. And then lastly, I think it's very important to love your space and feel comfortable and cozy and at home when you go back to your dorm, even though it's a temporary living space. But you should also acknowledge it is your college dorm. Things will get messy, things could break, and things are out of your control. Like, these don't have to be the nicest things you ever owned. They don't have to make it to your future apartment. If something does happen, it's okay. It's all replaceable. it's all a time period of your life where you're changing, you're evolving, all these things are happening, and this is just the place you get to do it all in. So I hope this helps. If you have any other questions about living in a dorm, things you should and shouldn't bring, feel free to comment down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Yeah.